Man, there be so much to talk about, man, but I ain't all the way into the inner circle of certain programs and industries and, entertainment productions and companies and sports and stuff like that. The best. One thing I do know that a nigga cannot debate with me about is this church thing, you know what I'm saying? But, we're going to leave that. That's not what I hopped on the camera for. You know what I'm saying? I watched a nightcap the other day, you know what I'm saying? And the boy Ocho was getting into it with James Harrison. I ain't even gonna cap. I was like, damn. Man. That shit had me wanting to get involved, but I was like, nah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But at the same time, like Ocho, you know what I'm saying? Ocho is Cinco. You know what I'm saying? I backed out of that, I left him alone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then they want to talk about motherfucking Drake. I said, you know what the problem with that shit was? That shit should have went to Webby. Artists of the Decade should have went to Webby, man. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? People like Plies, 50 Cent and stuff. We too advanced. You know what I'm saying? So we looking ahead of shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? That's how I felt. I don't know how they feel. I know I'm gonna speak my mind until what's real is just gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't disrespect nobody. But yeah, man, that's just how I felt, bro. Y'all made music that, in critical times in your life, you look at it and you be like, yeah, that was really needed, man. I appreciate it, And not too many people appreciate those who do stuff like that, It's a critical time in your life. You have something to lean on. You have like your own personal Bible to lean on with a bunch of quotes, lyrics, and statements that are real and can be applied. And, like I say, it's so advanced to where in this time, they look at you like, oh, you a devil. That's a devil. That's a demon. That's like, nah, it's not that. It's your defense system. That's the problem now. Y'all defense system isn't independent. Your defense system your defense mechanism supposed to be independent, man. Into the team. You know what I'm saying? Into a team defense mechanism. I'm going to use a weird reference, I'm going to use, because, like I say, I found the balance between all that. But like how on the Power Rangers, each one of them got their own little Megazord or whatever, and then in the end they come together. That's how that's supposed to be. It's like, well, shit, I know if I got to come together with somebody for my defense mechanism, then I'm going up against something that ain't supposed to be handled by yourself. That's just how I feel. So, yeah, man, I looked at it, I was like, okay, Wayne got locked up, Drake held it down for the whole Young Money, that's cool. Boosie got locked up, Webby held it down. It's a lot behind that Boosie stuff. I try to stay out of it. I can't even understand some of that stuff sometimes. Shit. Man, what's happening forever be a classic to me. Fuck with me, classic. There's a lot of other ones. Them bitches dope. The old Savage Life 3 was dope. 4 and 5 dope. 6, what's that 6? That was 6, right? Dope. Nah, he ain't make 6. Anyway, shit was dope. Like a Wife dope. All that stuff dope, Like people like, people who be giving Kendrick Lamar and Drake and J. Cole all they probably. I gotta get that stuff to Webby. He teaching y'all how you supposed to defend yourself. I ain't got no problem with those folk, but I can't recall a lyric from any of them folk that helped me out in these critical times. And each one of these critical times, it wasn't always about like green paper money. It could have been a family thing or a neighborhood thing or boss, you know what I'm saying? Like the programs you with, the leaders, it could have been something like that. I don't see one of them lyrics help me out like that, you know? It sound cool, it's good, but it's like, nah. It's like, we talk about like, that's just me though. I'm not everybody. That's why we all different, you know, diverse, you know. That's why they got different religions, different all that, till you figure that stuff out. And, you know, I'm not gonna be that man who just knock everything in. Oh, that ain't gonna work, this ain't gonna work. Because it probably works for some people. Shit. I'm forgetting anything, man. I ain't forgetting that. I might have to unsubscribe from Nightcap though. I'm tired of all these motherfucking notifications and I ain't even seeing shit. But I fuck with Nightcap though, you know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's appreciated, you know. I like seeing Ocho Cinco give his thoughts and opinions and facts on all that. But hey, that don't mean, you know, because like I said, there's other artists who dope though, you know, like 50 Cent dope, Plies dope, shit, T-Pain to drop something dope every now and then. I like trap bucker music, you know what I'm saying? Some people say it's weak, some people say it don't stick. I be like, man, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Maybe you weren't knowing him when he first came out or something like that, but point blank shit, dope. Can't even lie about it. Piece of rock, dope. Can't even lie about it. I think got some dope tracks, man. So Candy dope too. Shit. That's all I gotta say. Man, I'm gonna rock this sweater forever, man. I told you, I've been posted up out here since Thanksgiving, nigga. I just took my other sweatsuit to the cleaners, got them bitches back. Got my new shirt back from the cleaners. I don't even want to wear that. I wear that when it's needed, man. And it's a DBZ shirt too. I gotta check out that anime Blue Dragon. That dog better stay in the crib, I know that. Gotta check out that Blue Dragon anime. I saw they tried to remake DBZ on the low. Yeah, but if you ain't know I was a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, you tripping. You definitely ain't know me. I know you ain't know me. That shit be hurting though. I don't even want to talk about that. We finna